Luckily, we can finish our lunch. I'm full now. The next lesson is self-study. Let's complete the homework together. Next, we will talk about the timetable. Please take out your worksheets and turn to page 21 to 22. You now have 5 seconds to prepare yourself. Here we have a school timetable. From the timetable, we can see the weekdays. So we will have the timetable of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Of course, if you need to go to school on Saturday, then you will have the timetable of Saturday too. The second thing that we can read on the timetable is the lesson and the time. For example, the first lesson starts at 8:30. The second lesson starts at 9 o'clock and ends at 9:45. The third lesson starts at 9:45. How about the fourth lesson? When does it start? You now have 3 seconds to think about that. Correct. The fourth lesson starts at 10:15. How about the fifth lesson? When does it end? You now have 3 seconds to think about that. Correct. The fifth lesson ends at 11:30. How about the sixth lesson? When does it end? You now have 3 seconds to think about that. Great job! The sixth lesson ends at 12 o'clock. The third thing that we can read on the timetable is the subject. We can see all the subjects on each day. For example, English, Chinese, Maths, General Studies, Computer, and so on. The last thing that we can read on the timetable is the reminder. If there is some special information for a specific subject, we will write it down at the bottom of the timetable. In conclusion, we can find all this information from the timetable, including the weekdays, the lesson and time, the subjects, and the reminder. Now, here is a question. When does the English lesson start on Mondays? First, we have to find the weekdays and the subject. Then we can find the time of this lesson. But we can see that there are English lessons on the other days too. So we have to use at, in, and on to tell the exact time, days, and parts of the days of the English lesson on Mondays. So, what is the answer for this question? You now have 5 seconds to think about that. Correct. The answer is the English lesson starts at 8:30 in the morning on Mondays. Here we have another question. When does the English lesson start on Tuesdays? First, we have to find the weekdays and the subject. Then we can find the time of this lesson. Now is your turn. Please use at, in, and on to answer this question. You now have 5 seconds to think about that. Great job! The English lesson starts at 9:45 in the morning on Tuesdays. Next question. When does the computer lesson start on Wednesdays? First, we have to find out the weekdays and the subjects. Then we can find the time of this lesson. Now it's your turn. Please use at, in, and on to answer this question. You now have 5 seconds to think about that. Correct. The answer is the computer lesson starts at 11 o'clock in the morning on Wednesdays.